Hello. Ah, there we go. I knew it was coming.
How's conditions? How's everything? Welcome back, our dear friends and fans.
Say it.
Well, they like to indulge in the insanity.
Whoopee, 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 whoopee. I am legal.
She's not going to get deported.
My friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. You know I hope you're doing well.
And if you're not doing well, bitch about it. It's therapeutic.
Again, don't listen to him sometimes because it's like stupid. Anyway, I am now legal. I have a seal. Yes, I do.
She has a seal.
I went to see the judge. Let me tell you what goes on over there, because you guys need to know this. If you are getting the real ID and you have a birth certificate problem or any kind of paperwork or document problem that needs to be taken care of.
Judicial rigmarole.
Oh. Now you can go back to my first video when I'm talking about this, which I will link in my description box below. So if you're new to the channel, you can understand what the hell went on here. Insanity at its fullest. I'm in my muumuu, just so that you know. I didn't get dressed for this video. I'm just in my muumuu.
Yeah, I'm naked from the waist down.
What does your t-shirt say?
What?
With a body like this, who needs hair? Oh my God. He's such an idiot. Our daughter gave him that t-shirt, if you missed that particular video. Anyway, I am now legal. It was a crazy day, and I'm going to explain it to you. First, I'll give you a little backstory, because we're not on here all the time, and we're not. So I'll give you a little backstory of what happened. The day I had to go, which was July 14th.
Oh, yesterday, right?
Yeah, it was yesterday. But for them, when they're seeing it, it's going to be a week later.
Oh,
okay?
Right.
But this is very fresh. This all just happened yesterday for your friend D. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And I am so happy. But Doug ended up with a little bit of an emergency with our daughter Angelina.
Our beloved wandering albatross.
Yes.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yes. She, on Sunday night, ended up ripping her cornea, was that?
An abrasion on the eye.
An abrasion on the eye, on the cornea. We don't know how it happened. She doesn't know how it happened, but she ended up in the ER. Okay? This was Sunday night, the night before I was going to court. Yeah. So now I'm panicking because it's my daughter, and I'm saying to myself, oh, shoot. Now there's something else to think about, and I was already nervous about going to this whole court thing, and Doug knew it. Everybody knew it. Everybody here knew it when I discussed it. It's been nerve-wracking for me. So I said to her, if you need anything, because Chad had taken her to the ER that was closer to her house, and she had to come home, and antibiotics for the eyes, and then it got worse overnight, which was Monday, which was yesterday, okay? For us. Yesterday was us.
Oh, well, that time it was yesterday for everybody.
Yes, it was. God. Anyway, so I said to Doug, you have got to go and pick Angelina up. Chad is at work. Angie works from home, and she works on 2 big computer screens, and she's got one eyeball that's working. So she was able to get into an ophthalmologist. So I said, Doug, you can't come with me to court. And I really was depending on Doug to come with me, because I thought,
so I can heckle the judge.
Again, I don't know why people listen to him sometimes, because it makes you absolutely insane. But I said, you have to go. You have to go to her house, pick her up, and take her to the optometrist. So I'm now thinking, oh, God, I have to go up there by myself. I said, and I really didn't want to go by myself, but I knew I had no choice. But then I called my mother, Grandmother Angelina. You all know Grandma Angelina, my mother.
The grande dame of the museum.
That is correct. I said, Ma, you feel like taking a ride? There's a whole rigmarole going on over here. I could use the company just to talk in the car going up there. So we're going up. I go. Now, this is your girlfriend, D. I want you to know this. I listened to another lawyer. I show my paperwork. I say, do you know where I'm supposed to go? It's a big courthouse. It's big, okay? And she goes, yeah, you go to room 4, which is a huge courtroom, and there's all these people sitting in there. So me and my mother are sitting and we're chit-chatting with one another, and we're just like, we're here early. I made sure to get there early. Now, what they do when you go to the courthouse is they ask you for your phones. I have two, okay? I have my phone that I record on, like here, and then I have my other phone where people can actually call me. Anyway, they tell you to lock up your phones. So they give you these like bags, and you can't get to your phone. If you want to get to your phone, if anybody's trying to call you emergency, you are never going to be able to get into that phone bag and get the phone out. You can have it with you, but you can't get to it. So I'm like, alrighty then, no problem.
Did they give complimentary cups of coffee?
No, I got no. What? Where do you think you are? At the Taj Mahal?
The lunch bar.
Oh, it's a courthouse. Yeah, believe me, I felt like a common criminal. Because sometimes you're in the courtroom, and I want you to know they got people on the side with the handcuffs on. Yeah, they do. I've seen that. Anyway, I didn't see that particular day, but I seen it another time. I'm not discussing it, but I did see it another time. Frightening. Anyways,
Or the one with the face cage so they don't eat their legs off and limbs while they're sitting in court.
yep, that's it. I married him, ladies. Anyway, so here's me and my mother sitting, and my phone is going off in my purse. Now, the bailiff comes in, or the police officer, whoever, and he's going up and down the aisles telling people, make sure your phones are turned. I can't get in the bag. You can't get in the bag. And the phone is ringing and ringing and ringing. And I'm saying to myself, oh my God, like who's trying to call me? Well, finally, some other woman comes in and she says, if anybody is here for a name change, that's in court number 2. Well, everybody just got up from their chairs. We were all in the wrong courtroom. So I see my lawyer across the whatever they call it over there. I see him standing there. It was him trying to call me. I was sitting in a whole other room. So finally I see him and I go, hello, Mike. Such a nice lawyer.
You didn't
nice
go,
lawyer.
hi.
No. I said, was that you calling me? Because again, I have a locked bag with my bag and my phone in it. Anyway, neither here nor there. We go in and I'm waiting and we're all waiting for this judge. Now my appointment was for 1:00 in the afternoon. And I had a beautiful view of the mountains and the black skies that were looming. And I tell you, they were looming.
The clouds were getting angry, very angry.
You have no idea. And I have a footage of that, so I'm going to show it to you. Anyway, I said to my mother, I said, listen, I don't know how long we're going to be here for. And my lawyer and all the other lawyers, you could tell who the lawyers were. You know how you could tell? No, not the way they were dressed. Because Denise looked fabulous. I could have been a lawyer. But no. The lawyers were looking at their watches and looking at their phones. They were allowed to have their phone in the courtroom. So my lawyer is sitting up there at the table and the judge comes in and everybody stands. My mother goes, I'm not standing. I'm just sitting. My mother, she's 85 years old. She's not popping up and down. I said, no, just sit down. And she comes in, she sits down, she introduces herself. She's very nice and young. She was young. She could have been more than in her early 40s. I would say maybe in the 30s. She was a young judge. Very nice, very personable. But everybody was in there. And I'm telling you, it was a full house. Everybody was in there to have a letter change or a name change done. Insanity. So she says, this is the judge now. She says, typically I take the people that wanted to do this on their own and have the lawyers go last. Right then and there, I'm saying to myself, oh, I'm sitting here all damn day long. I'm going to sit here all day. But, that's what she says, but I'm going to take the lawyers first. And this is me, like, with my mother, like, by my fingers, like, doing this. I'm like, thank God I'll be here all damn day long. So now, in the interim of waiting to get this judge to come in, I'm talking to the lady, you should know your friend Dee by now, and you should. I will talk to anyone, okay?
Communing with the masses.
Absolutely. So I talked to the lady in front of me. She's a school teacher. She's telling me about her whole entire life. She's 56 years old, telling me about her father, how she's changing her name. I knew more about this woman in 20 minutes than I knew about anybody else. And she says to me, I hope they can take the receipt for the legal notices that have to be placed in the newspaper. And I thought to myself, oh no. And she was representing herself. A lot of people were representing themselves, but I would say there was a good 20 lawyers in the room. and a lot of people just representing themselves. And I was just like, well, let's see what happens. So the judge says, okay, I'm going to call my lawyer. I was like, I was the first one. I was the first one. I was so excited. I was so excited. I walked up. I was so proud. I was so proud. You should have seen me. You would have been so impressed with me, guys. I didn't break down. I didn't cry. I just stood there like a soldier, smiling, just smiling.
And said, bring on the pain.
I know. Because I was a little afraid inside, but I was smiling on the outside. I was trying to be like, I'm not a criminal. And because I had all these aliases, they go, Denise M, Denise Marie, Denise Maria. These are all considered aliases. So I'm like, oh my God. So this is all the judge says. She goes, legal notice, boom, it's it. You have to be in a newspaper. And because there was a lot of different little names and M's and Maria's, there had to be like 6 legal notices put in the newspaper about your friend D. If I owed any money to anybody, they could come out of the woodwork and grab me.
They still have newspapers?
Well, they have to put it in the newspaper.
Which one?
All of them. They put them in so many newspapers.
I think we got
Hello, buddy.
3 across the state?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't make a difference.
Sort them up.
So they get the judge, and then the judge goes, any liens? Right away, he's got the paperwork right there. So if you owe anybody money or any money is needed, they're grabbing you right there. You're not getting this. You are not getting this name change. Then she goes, fingerprints. He gives that to, he goes, she's completely clear. She's got no criminal background. And I'm still smiling. I'm still smiling as though my whole life is not passing right before my eyes. Fine, cool. The judge said, I see the pen come from the judge's desk, and I see her sign her name on it. People, you have never seen anybody so happy in your entire life.
It's
your entire life.
Like taking a healthy dump.
You're not kidding. Even better, because now I'm legal. It's so great. I loved it. And I walked out of there and I was so proud, like a peacock. And then I keep thinking about all the other people that are representing themselves. I'm just thinking, do you have all this paperwork? Because the lady in front of me, I knew didn't. And I'm like, oh, that girl's going to have to do this all over again. So if you're able to get a lawyer to take care of all the documentation you need, so you could have a real ID, because now we need to have one. Oh, you'll be fine if you give it to a lawyer to take care of. Now, if you think I want to spend the money I spent on a lawyer, you got another thing coming. I didn't. But after watching these people get up and having to get more paperwork, I thought, no, you know what? That wasn't for me. I wouldn't have been able to do it. I had way too much on my mind. Then I had to go to the apothecary office. Is that it?
The what?
Apothecary? Patanethary?
Notary.
Yeah, whatever.
Notary.
Yeah, the lawyer takes you there too. So I go in there. Now, if you think your girlfriend wanted 1 copy of this, I wanted 5. I wanted 5 copies. So the girl says to me behind the counter, behind the glass, God forbid, you're in a courthouse. She says to me, the first one's free. The second one's $9. After that, it's $4.50. I'm thinking, you just ran these off on a machine and put a seal on it. That's all you did. Doesn't make a difference. I was happy to spend the money. I just was like, get me out of here. I walked out of there. I got in my car and I was so happy. But now I'm thinking, my daughter is at a eye doctor's appointment and the skies are black. When I tell you black, I said to my mother, Ma, hold on, because I think we're going to hit a bad, bad storm on the way home. And this is not around the corner from where I live. So we had to travel some distance to get there. And then I call Doug and I go, how's Angie?
Fine.
Yeah.
No, we went in there and, after the check-in and everything like that, she went to see the optometrist and all that. Man, do they have some equipment. Like I say, I don't do hospitals. I do everything holistically. But I went in there and said, holy mackerel, the stuff they had. And, they did with the eyes, and you do the eye test, and he can see on the screen what the thing is and what she's doing. The technology is amazing.
It's amazing.
But anyway, she had an abrasion on the eyeball.
And when she slept,
what happens is the cells on the eye, protect the eye, they grow rapidly. So overnight, they'll close it up.
Mm-hmm.
But now your eyelid's closed on it. When you wake up in the morning, they kind of stick to the eyelid and it rips it open again. So
Yeah.
you're constantly doing it.
You're constantly tearing it.
So he gave her the ointments and stuff to put in the eye and all that kind of stuff.
It's like a Vaseline.
Yeah. Or fifth wheel grease if you drive a truck.
Right.
And, you know, I talked to her today. She's doing fine. You know, it's healing. It's going to be a process.
It's healing.
But that's it. Like he says, it heals rapidly. But, you know, with the eyeball and everything, like even when she naps, she'll put the fifth wheel grease in there.
And it's hard because she still has to work. So she's using one eye to look at two screens. So I feel for her, and I can't wait till it heals 100% for her.
No, she's living on the edge. She's using two eyes.
Is she using two eyes now? I have no idea.
No guts, no glory.
But on the way home, now I'm going to show you some footage from Doug taking my daughter, coming home to bring her back to her house. This is what you're about to see.
A little drizzle.
I have to take a video clip of this. I've never seen this before. The road is literally flooding over. The whole road. What? Wow. Wow. That was incredibly. I cannot believe how crazy this water is out here everywhere. Wow. Oh, hell, now the light is coming. Let me just... Like, look at this. Wow.
And now, when she gets home, and you have to realize it's a long day for everybody, she goes into her garage, and this is what she sees in her garage.
Mom, look at this shit. Look at this. Look. I am...
Oh my Lord!
Is my car safe in here?
And also the front of the house, the neighbor had a good 8 inches of water throughout their whole yard. They live in a mobile, so it's off the ground, so that's not too much.
The
of a
neighbors
worry.
do, yeah.
And it was like 8 inches of water there in front of her house. It was almost up to the porch.
Can you imagine?
It was a little humid.
Flooding. Her basement flooded somewhat. Her sump pump couldn't keep up with that.
Oh, the sump pump kept up. It's just that it just kept coming.
Yeah, but she said she did have stuff floating around on her basement floor, so she did tell me that. Not that she keeps a lot. She's got shelves and stuff, but I was like, oh my God. So it was a long ass day, and coming home with me and my mother, we were in this storm. I have to tell you, Dorothy was a trooper. If you don't know who Dorothy is, she's my 2006 PT Cruiser convertible. Yeah, love her. And she was like a trooper in the rain. Trooper. I loved her.
Free wash.
She never got so clean in her entire life.
Undercarriage wash, too.
And I was slowing down on the mountains, because you have to remember, we live in a really mountainous area, and people are just going, really fast. And I'm saying to myself, we're in the middle of a storm. Where are you going? Where are you going? So I just slowed it down. I backed it down. I didn't care who passed me at that point. I didn't care. When your windshield wipers are going so fast and they can't keep up with the rain, you need to slow it down. But some people just don't. Everybody's a speed racer nowadays. I don't have to tell you. And I had my mother in my car, precious cargo. You just cannot turn around and start speeding down the street. Although I'd never do it if I was by myself. And there were people that had hazard lights on too. And there were a lot of them. So that was his story. This is my story.
Well, I also commune with the masses up in the optometrist's office. There was another truck driver, coal bucket, used to run coal from Canada and things like that. So we were gabbing a bit while Ange was trying to get all the paperwork to get out of this joint. So it was pretty good.
Well, at least we got something accomplished yesterday. We did. But this is a biggie. I am thrilled. I am thrilled, my friends. I am now a legal person. Denise with an S, not Denise with a C. And the next thing I have to do now, and I'll probably take you all with me too, I have to go to the Social Security office, get a new Social Security card. I have to go to the DMV to get a real ID. If anybody gives me a hard time over here, all I'm going to say to them is I have to bring this paperwork with me. I'm going to say, this is a $5,500 paper. Do not mess with me right now. Don't do it. Because that's what it cost me. Anyway, my friends.
Otherwise, the criminal-free record will change, will be adjusted.
Yes.
for a homicide.
Oh, God. Stop with him. If you were new to the channel, you enjoyed the video, I hope you gave it a thumbs up. You consider subscribing.
Don't consider it. Do it.
As you know, I did say I'm only putting ads in the beginning of my videos and at the end. So if you would be so kind to watch the ads in the beginning and the ads at the end, there's nothing in the middle. You guys could do whatever you want with your channels. For me particularly, when I hear we do it and this is for YouTube creators, when YouTube turns around and says every 8 minutes, well, I hate to say it, but it's like every 3. It's in some videos that I watch, and it's ridiculous. And I always feel like I am here to watch the creator, the person that's making the video.
Yeah.
And I am just, and I don't care what anybody else does on their channel. I will watch their ads because I'm a creator, so I know to watch their ads. So that's how they make their money. But this is how I'm going to make mine. So it's going to be just 2 ads in the beginning, 2 ads at the end. I feel like it's a life diary and a life journey for Doug and I. This is our video. This is our life. And I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun, and I'm bringing you all along with me in my world.
If you dare.
Till the next time, my friends, be kind to one another. The heart is all that matters. And I will see you again. Take it easy. I'm legal.
And remember, hit the button, hit the button, hit the button, hit the button, hit the button. Subscribe.
Goodbye.
Toodaloo.